Hello friends. So welcome to this GenAI series. I am going to start this GenAI series from the month of May. But let me tell you one thing friend. In this GenAI series, I will teach you everything from the very basic to the advanced level. And another feature of this series is that we are not going to start with the LangChain. As many of tutorial we have seen are using the LangChain from the very beginning. But it's a very wrong approach to start with LangChain, because until and unless you know the basic of how our GenAI is working, what is the core principle and how you can do that without the framework, then only you can master it and you can go for a production level application. Since in LangChain, in many scenarios, you will not be able to fix that using LangChain. You need the core Python knowledge and the core knowledge of the LLM and the GenAI that you will be using to fix that thing. So in this series, I will teach you everything from very zero to system design to optimization, how to or what are the real world things that we use in our daily project. And also we are going to see a complete end-to-end application. So let's see friend, what we are going to learn in this series. So this is the core syllabus that we are going to learn in this GenAI series. So if you see, I have divided the whole syllabus into phase-wise section. So there will be 8 phases, and the final phase will be the final project, which will be industry-wise and the production level application, in which you will learn everything from zero to production level, what are the different things used in a GenAI project. So in phase 1, we are going to see the introduction to generative AI. We are going to see the foundation. We are going to know why we need generative AI and what are the different use cases. Here in module 1, we are going to see what are AI and how we evolved into GenAI. So we will see the difference between AI, machine learning, deep learning and GenAI, and in which application we will use which things. Then we are going to see the concepts of tokens, context and cost. So cost is a very important concept friends, because in many projects they don't teach you cost, but in real world project cost play a very crucial role, because at the end of the day you need to know how much cost your prompt is getting, or at the end of the day you should calculate what is the cost of the prompt that the user is giving. So here we will see what are tokenization, what is context window, what is context streaming, and how do we do a cost calculation. Then we are going to see what are temperature, top P and max tokens. So using these friends, we can modify the response and we can control the LLM response. Then in module 2, we will be deep diving into some system designs and optimization. So here we will see how we can do context-based streaming, how we can design a prompt cost calculator, so that whenever user sends some prompt, and then we can calculate how much that prompt cost and how we can minimize that. Then we will see some security features and how to implement that security feature. Then we will do one capstone project on this module, that is we will create a CLI like ChatGPT system where we can track the output, we can use the temperature to control the LLM response, and we can then track the token uses, how much token is used. Then in phase 2, we will go into some LLM fundamentals. So here we will see different types of LLM. So for example, there are text LLMs, multimodal LLMs. Some LLM will produce text response, some LLM will produce audio response, and some LLM will produce any type of response, that is text, image, anything. So how to distinguish between them and how to identify which model you can use. So we will see different types of model of Gemini, of ChatGPT, of Claude, and you will get a good understanding of models. Then we will see some basic concepts of transformer architecture. So what are transformer architecture? What is self-attention mechanism? We will see these concepts. So these will be some theoretical concepts that will be needed for interview preparation. Then I will explain you what are embeddings. And then we will see what are context windows and what are the limitations. So in the LLM, there will be some context window friend. So there will be some limit of tokens that you can use. So how to check what is the context window of that model and how you can choose which model to use, we will see everything in this module. Then we will do one capstone project where we will do one semantic search tool where we will send some input query and we will return some similar sentence so that you will get some understanding of how an LLM works. Phase 3 is prompt engineering. This is very important, friend. In this, we will first master the prompting. So what are the different prompt patterns? We will see zero shot prompt, few shot prompt, chain of thought prompt, react pattern, and many other patterns in these prompt patterns. Then we will see prompt structuring, how we can structure a prompt. Like there will be system prompt, user prompt, AI response prompt, different types of prompt. We will see those things. Then that is, as I told, system prompt and user prompt, what is the difference between them. Then we will see what is hallucination and how we can fix that using prompt. Then we will see prompt injection and safety, so that because sometimes prompt will give us some response which is not suitable, either it contains some private information or some wrong information. So how we can safely generate a prompt response, we will see that. Then we will go for the system design and optimization for prompting. Here we will see if prompt fails, like if we send some prompt and the response is failing, how we can design a retry system on failure. Then we will see prompt reliability, and then we will see how to refactor prompt for optimization. Then we will go for a capstone project, that will be a prompt engine in which we will do a blog generator, a resume analyzer, and a code explainer. Then phase 4 is a RAG. This is very important concept for interview perspective and for your project perspective. So here first we will understand what is RAG, what are vector search, what are the chunking strategies that are available for RAG. Then we will see embeddings and different retrieval methods, and then we will build a RAG system using core Python. We will not using any LangChain, friend, because first we will build the base using the core Python, then we will move to LangChain. Then we will do one capstone project which is a PDF question and answer system, but without using any framework like LangChain or Llama Index. Then in phase 5 we will see some advanced retrieval technique. So in some cases the RAG fails. So whenever the RAG fails, there are some concepts that we need to use. So those are known as advanced retrieval. From them, the important ones are re-ranking, hybrid search, and in hybrid search we have keyword and semantic search also. And then we will see what is evaluation of retrieval. Don't worry, friends, we will see this in details in these modules. Then again we will see some system design questions and some optimization. Then we will do one capstone project in which we will build one advanced search engine where we will use the vector search, keyword search, and the re-ranking. Then you will get a very good idea of the advanced retrieval pattern. Optimization and backend concepts in phase 6, because whenever we are going to build our API, we need these concepts, that is token optimization, how to optimize the token. Then caching in GenAI, how to cache in GenAI response and send that without costing the token. Then the streaming response. So what are streaming response, friend? In ChatGPT you have seen the response that the ChatGPT is giving us is not at a once, it's giving us word by word, right? So that is the streaming response. We will see how to build one streaming response. Then we will see async processing, and then some background jobs, how we can create some background jobs for the LLM task. And in the capstone project we will do one optimized RAG system where we will implement caching, streaming, and async calls. Then friends, we will see LangChain. Now we will go into the framework. Now you will understand how LangChain is working, and if you face any issue with LangChain, you now have all the core concepts and you can build your own method for that. So in LangChain, friend, we will see the core feature of LangChain, what is LangChain, what are chains, how we can create prompt templates, and how to create memory in LangChain. So memory, friends, is nothing but the ChatGPT or any LLM will remember our past conversation. Based on that, it will give us the response. So that is the memory. For now, think of that, but we'll explore that. Then we will see advanced LangChain. In here, we will see LangChain RAG, where we will explore the vector database and how we can connect to vector database. Okay, and we will see cosine similarity, all these type of concepts. Then document loaders, like what are the different document loaders, because in RAG we can upload a PDF document, Word document, or it can be from a Confluence page, right? So we will see the different techniques. Then we will see the retrieval chains. Then in module 12 we will see the system design in LangChain, and then we will do one capstone project, that is a PDF chatbot in LangChain. And then friend, in phase 8 we will do one final project that will be in Fast API, and it will be a totally a production grade project, in which we will build one chat endpoint, one RAG pipeline in hybrid search, re-ranking, caching, streaming response, everything, and many other features, friend. Because in most of the tutorials people just show only some basic concepts and they move forward, but ultimately at the end of the day you need one final project, a full end-to-end project, where you will build one production grade system. And if everything goes fine, friend, I will try to build one React front-end application also, so you will build one full stack AI application. That's it, friend. This is a complete roadmap for the GenAI, where you will learn the GenAI from the scratch and from the very beginning with the core Python. Then you will learn the framework, and then we will go for a production grade project. Hope you will support me, friend. If you wanted to get more updates on this, please subscribe the channel and like this video. Thank you, friend. Happy learning.